Next is the Hindu Sahis. A long line of Hindu kings ruled one of the middle kingdom of the India, which included portion of the Kabulistan and the other province of Gandhara, now in the northern Pakistan, from the decline of the Kushan Empire in the 3rd century. So after the decline of the Kushan Empire in the 3rd century, the you can say a long line of Hindu kings ruled the areas included uh, Kabulistan and the old provinces of Gandhara, which is now present in the northern Pakistan. The kingdom was known as Kabul Shahi between the 565 and 879 CE, when they had Kapisa or Kabul as their capital. Later they became more popular as the Hindu Sahi. So earlier they were known as Kabul Sahib between the 1500 between the 565 and 879 CE, when they had captured when they had made Kapisa and Kabul as their capital, but later on they were known as Hindu Sahis. Jayapala, Anandapala, Trilochana Pala and Bhimpala were the most prominent rulers of these dynasties, so they are very important. During the reign of Anandapala, many losses were inflicted on his kingdom by the Ghaznavid. Okay, so during the reign of the Anandapala, many losses were done, and it was done by whom? Ghaznavid. In the battle of uh, Kachach, his forces fought barely against the forces of Ghaznavi. Uh, Muhammad Ghaznavi. However, he lost the battle and suffered much financial territorial losses. So finally, he lost the battle against the Muhammad Ghaznavi. This was Anandapala's last stand against Muhammad Ghaznavi. He eventually signed a treaty with the Ghaznavid Empire in 1010 CE and passed away soon. So after defeated by the Muhammad Ghaznavi, he signed a treaty with the Ghaznavid Empire, and later on he passed away. Trilochanapala, the son of Anandapala, ascended the imperial throne in about 1011 CE. So after the death of the uh, you can say after the death of the Anandapala, his son succeeded the throne, that is Trilochanapala, and he ascended the throne in the year 1011 CE. He rebelled against Sultan Mahmud and was later assassinated by some of his own mutinous troops in 1021 to 22 CE. So he was you can say rebelled, or you can say attacked by attack and he attacked the Sultan Mahmud. Okay, so he had taken his father's you can say whatever his father was defeated by the Muhammad Ghaznavi, so that's why he revolted against him, and later on he was assassinated. That means he was killed by some of his own troops, that means own soldiers, in the year 1021 to 22 CE. Prince Bhimpala, son of the Trilochanapala, succeeded his father in 1021 to 21 CE. So after the Bhimpala, uh, uh, after the Trilochanapala, his son Bhimpala ascended the throne in the year 1021 to 22 CE. He was referred to be by Utbi, the eminent Ghaznavid chronicles, as Bhim, the fearless, due to his courage and valor. So he is known as the Utbi, and the you can say the Ghaznavid Empire used to call them as Bhim, and the meaning of Bhim is the fearless due, because he was very courage and very strong. Considering his kingdom was as its lowest point, possibly only in control of Nandana, he admirably earned the title of fearless. So when he fought against the many different strong emperor, he was given a title known as fearless. He is known to have commanded at the battle of Nandana personally, and seriously wounded the commander of the Ghaznavid army, Muhammad bin Ibrahim. So he was very fearless, and in the battle of Nandana, he personally and seriously wounded the commander of the Ghaznavid army, and the name of the commander of the Ghaznavid army was Muhammad bin Ibrahim. He ruled for 5 years. His death in 1026 CE marked the decline of the dynasty. So with his death in the year 1026 CE, the decline of the Hindu Sahis come to an end.